if you have gone through the immigration process, when you apply for a visa, you go to the immigration department and they look at your documents and they look at your passport and they say, can you come with us in the office? So you go into the office is very nicely decorated. It's a very well maintained office. It has couch, it has chairs. When you go there, you're not gonna say the immigration officer, can I sit down for a little bit? Or can I lie down? Can I have a nap? Because I have traveled, I have come through a long journey. You're not gonna do that because your worry, your question, you'll be panicking, what is happening? What is wrong with my documents? Are they gonna send me back home? So on that day, we are not there to worry about anything else except that we are worried about whether we will be given our deeds in our right hand or on our left hand. The most common name perhaps is Yawmul Qiyamah, the day of standing. Yawma yaqumun nasu li rabbil alamin. That on that day, people will stand up to face their Lord. So we do not have anything else to think about. It's whether Jannah or Jahannam. So that's why it's called Yawmul Qiyamah. Another name that we find about the Day of Judgment is Yawmul Akhir, the last day. This is the last day. After that, there is no more day. Fala Yawmul Ba'd. Because there is no day or night in Jannah or in Jahannam. That will be the last day that humankind will have a chance to witness another day. After that day, it's over. Yawmul Hasr, the day of regret. We might think why this is a day of regret when there will be good people and bad people. For the disbelievers, it's a day of regret because they did not believe. And for the believers, for the Salihin, it's a day of regret because they will regret that they did not do enough. That they would wish that on that day when they went home, they would have prayed in the masjid or they would have gone to visit somebody. A little bit good deed, little bit more good deed. That's what the regret will be about. Yawmul Fasl, the day when all matters will be resolved. Haza Yawmul Fasli jama'anakum wal awwalin. And on that day, we will reconcile all the accounts of you and the previous people from you. Everyone who were created by Allah Azza wa Jal on that day, starting from Adam alayhi salam to the last child born, will be brought together for hisab. If you have a problem with someone, even the animals, they will get their judgment on that day. Yawmul Hisab, which brings us to the next name of the Day of Judgment, the Day of Account. Now, many of you who work under a company, under an employer, you will go through your performance review once a month or maybe once a year. On that day, your employer will ask you, what have you done with the time? How productive you have been for the company. And they will do a review of your performance, asking you every question possible. So the Day of Judgment is called Yawmul Hisab because on that day you will be held accountable for everything you have done. Al-Qariya, the striking calamity. Al-Qariya mal-Qariya wa ma adraka mal-Qariya. The striking calamity, what is the striking calamity, and what will make you know what is the striking calamity. Today when we look at the satellite, when there is a tornado or a cyclone coming, we see these images from the satellite, which is terrifying. On that day, the event that will take place, the calamity that will happen, will be much worse than what we see today through technology. So these are some of the names of the Day of Judgment that Allah has emphasized in the last few verses from Surah Najm, that it is time for us to reflect on our deeds. It is time for us to increase in our good deeds, because we will not get another chance.